everyone, welcome to the early intermediate level of English at the English Pathshala with Chandni. Okay, so now there are a few words which are which seemingly appear to be simple, but they are a little tricky, and we often see these words in official documents, and we see them, we hear them from technocrats, bureaucrats, and especially in the written word we witness these mistakes. So let us just get and begin to understand what these mistakes are and where we falter, right? So there is this very basic word which is everyone, and so this is one word, and everyone. So you would say that these are kind of similar, right? So when we say them, it doesn't really make a difference, but when you write them down, so everyone would mean everybody. It refers to everybody, all. So which means that if I say that everyone come here, so I'm asking everybody to be there, right? Generally. And if I am using this as two words, everyone, so I'm saying that I want everyone in the class, which means I want each one of you. So here we are a little specific, and when you're generally kind of addressing a great number of people, so then, and you are collectively asking them to do something, so then that would be everyone. And if you're referring to a specific you're not a specific person, but you want to specify that each person, so each one of you, so out of the lot, all of you, which means each should individually be present there, right? So in the same league we have some other words like you have someone, so someone again, someone, so this is one word, and then we have someone, so these are two words. Okay, so we have some and one. Okay, so someone knocked at the door, someone knocked at the door in the middle of the night. Okay, so which means that someone, so you don't know this someone, this is a stranger, right? So you don't know, it could be a stranger. So someone knocked, so it could be basically it could be more than one person also. But if you're saying that someone, so if you're saying that can someone give me the meaning of kleptomaniac, right? So then that would mean can someone, so out of the lot, one of you, so can anyone, right? So now, I mean, you might be asking a number of people, so there is maybe a class or a gathering. So if you're saying can someone, so any one of you, not some general person, that anybody who's might be outside the hall or outside the room, right? So here you're referring to some specific people who are sitting in the room maybe, right? Okay, so and similarly for anyone, so we have anyone would mean a general, so when you're referring to a general generally to a group of people, and anyone. Okay, so this is there are take any one of these books, take any one of these books and make notes. So take any one, so take any one of these books, some particular book, and then make notes. Okay, so that would be anyone. So these are two words. And does anyone have the answer to my question? So does anyone, so anyone means you are generally referring to the entire crowd whom you are addressing maybe, right? Okay, so now moving on to another word, another set of words, and that is some and few. So when we speak, we generally use whatever word comes to our mind, but there is kind of a difference, because now these are determiners. If you speak in the grammatical language, determiners means which quantify or tell us about the quantity, determine the quantity. Okay, so like we have, so we have like some would refer to to the uncountable nouns, like put some rice on my plate, right? So rice is uncountable. Okay, few would be like countable. So there are a few books in my cupboard, right? And you know, the sum can also be used for countable things. For example, if you're referring to a particular you know, kind of particular noun. For example, there are some books in the library which give us the historical background of the entire event. So we are not telling about the number, so we are just referring that there are some books which would give you more information. So we are not telling about the numbers, but there are some books, and we are talking about the material that is that can be fetched from these books, right? Okay, so now and now with few. So few is like few and a few. So we also make a mistake here. Few would be like any number between 1 to 5. So I have few friends, right? And a few is like more than few. Okay, so I have a few friends whom I confide in, right? And another thing is that you might also use few would also be used in a negative manner. For example, I have few friends, which means that yes, it might be a drawback that I have few friends, and I have a few people whom I know in the secretariat, maybe. So that means that is a positive thing that I have. So you need to judge this out as the context or as the situation demands, right? Okay, so and now coming to maybe we can just skip over to this set of words which is called maybe. So I used maybe in the beginning, maybe and maybe. Again, these are also used as maybe is also used as one word and as two words. So if you are using maybe as one word, so that means perhaps, right? So this is an adverb. So here we are using it as an adverb. Maybe maybe we can shift to Delhi now. So maybe we will shift to Delhi next month. So you're not sure, so this is used as an adverb, right? And maybe here, this maybe with two words, this is used as a verb phrase. Now verb phrase would mean that, you know, when you are talking about the physical movement, like she may be stuck in the in a traffic jam. She may be stuck in a traffic jam, or you say that she may not be at home. So obviously not is coming, so she may be at home doing some important work. So then it is she may be at home. So this is, if you're just saying it using it as an adverb, then you might use two words. But if you're referring to her physical presence at home, then she may be at home and doing her work, right? Okay, so now and if you're saying that there may be 5 assailants who might have killed the person, so maybe, so you are just guessing, so there may be. So if you're just guessing, or you have guessing, then it will be one word if you're using it as an adverb. And if you're saying that there may be, you are talking about the physical presence, that there might be 5 people who might be present there, right? Okay, now so that brings us to another set of two words, which is your last and past. Okay, so last and past, these are quite rhyming words. So I met him last month. Okay, so you would say that this is good enough. We always use this word, I met him last month, and I met him past month. So can you use them interchangeably? No. So we can't use them in place of each other, but you can always say this, I met him this past month. So that would be correct. If you're saying I met him this past month. So what is the difference? So the difference here is that last month would mean, if this is August, and so you say that you met him in July. Okay, so if you are saying that I met him this past month, so that means you are referring, if today is August 21st, so that refers to any time between August 21 and July 21. So that is what is the difference. So then these are very subtle differences which we generally, you know, kind of, you know, we even don't learn it in our schools that we are taught. So it is just as you know, scroll through, you know, newspapers or any kind of a document or novels, etc., where you might find such kind of a use. So I met him this past month. Okay, so we have this, and I bought this sari. Again, I bought this sari last week. So last week would mean from any time between the Sunday to Saturday, and I bought this sari this past week. So if today is Friday, so which means Friday to last Friday, right? Okay, and another very cliched you know, usage of a phrase, last to last. So I met him last to last year. So if you are just saying it as part of your spoken English, then it is forgivable. But if you're writing it down, using it as a written word, so this could be unpardonable. So you never write last to, I met him last to last year, or yeah, I went to Canada last to last year. So I went to Canada year before the last, right? So if you went in 2019, sorry, this is 2019, this is if you're talking about 2019 and you went, so if you just say, okay, 2020, because of the pandemic we haven't been able to go, but if you just consider it 2020, so you say that I went there last to last year, so year before the last. So this is a very self-constructed kind of a phrase in this Asian kind of a setting, where we just make phrases on our own because of the convenience, right? And then again there is another one, similar phrase, which is same to same. Okay, so same to same is again a very, very kind of a sinful written word. Same to same. So much the same. So I am much the same as my sister, or I have much the same habits as my father or brother, right? So same to same can be replaced with much the same, right? Okay, now there is another set of words which is you say probably and possibly, right? So probably and possibly are again kind of misused words, because we just use them as adverbs. So wherever they fit, whatever word comes to our tongue, we just blurt it out. And so probably is when you have some kind of a mathematical mathematical basis to it. For example, you have your son who's sitting for an entrance exam or whatever. So I mean, just consider if there are 10 boys, so there are 10% chances. So never is there a scope of just 10 boys appearing, but this is just for an example. So 10 boys, so 10% chances of each clearing the test, right? So there is a mathematical calculation. So calculation, which means you don't sit with a pen and paper and calculate, what is my the percentage, what is the probability of my, but you just have conjecture. It's a conjecture based on the number of students who are sitting, and their the consistency and the constant factor of their level being the same or much about the same, right? So that is why we say that yes, probably he might clear the exam, right? So possibly also you can use, but now there is no mathematical calculation to it. Possibly is when you're just saying it because of the hope and expectation. So then it is because so hard work. So you say that yes, my son might possibly clear the exam because he was studying very hard for the exam, right? So possibly is anything when you are speaking on the basis of hope and expectation, and probably will be some mathematical calculation that you might have in your mind, right? So another word is likely. So likely is like when you have some logical fact to it, right? Logical is like he's likely to reach here by 10 a.m. So if somebody is coming by train, he started from Mumbai and is coming to Delhi, so he's likely to reach here by 10 a.m. So he took the train, you know that he boarded the train. So he boarded the train at about 5 or 6 p.m. last night, and then he's expected to be there at about 10 a.m. So it is likely that he'll reach here by 10 a.m. So that is based on some logical logical thinking or a logical view, fact. Okay. Now, speaking of likely, we have another, we have a set of words which is likeliness and likelihood. Okay. So this would kind of set your mind thinking that, they could be used in place of each other. But see, likeliness is when there is a natural instinct for something, right? And your likelihood would be when there is a final outcome which is expected, right? So there would be some final outcome because of this. So the US president, in all likelihood, the US president will sign the deal with Russia. So in all likelihood, because there is some final outcome, so he may or may not, that is different, but there will be some outcome. So there is a likelihood, and likeliness is like a natural instinct. For example, if there is a likeliness of mischief, if more than 3 boys get together and are left to themselves, so there is a likeliness, so which is a natural instinct that yes, ho sakta. There is no final outcome because of their being together, but there is a likeliness. So sometimes we use them, in place of each other, but it is not really a good grammatical usage of, the word. So likelihood would be when you are expecting a final outcome, and likeliness would be a natural instinct or based on, based on the past experience or out of wisdom, right? So that is your likeliness, and that is likelihood. Okay, so these are a couple of words that we had assorted for you. So next time we'll be there with something better than this. So please subscribe and don't forget to like, share and comment, and your comments are always welcome in the comment section, right? Thank you. Thanks for watching.